there it went. Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of... Am I delayed? Testing? Okay, that seems good. Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Maximilian Moreau, and with me is my co-host, Philip Wilson.
You're only gonna need the edge!
Unity, Thursday on Monday.
2D Thursday, coming right at you.
On Monday. This time.
Which is kind of confusing, but...
It's incredibly confusing. Don't think about it too far.
It's kind of like Back to the Future. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
So, on the last exciting episode... Not the one that we just did, but the one that we did
that was 2D
a couple weeks ago. That was 2D or something.
Okay, weird.
So we actually weren't here for this one, were you? Yeah, this was the one that
not.
Eric was here.
Little fireball.
So we've got a fire stick. It doesn't actually work yet, but it's.
Can you walk into it?
It kind of propels you a little bit.
Look at that! Look at it go! Look at it go!
But we changed it to kind of like tile based so that people could actually see that it works. The theory works the same with tiles, and we made a tile based moving platform here, and we fixed it so the character doesn't jiggle as much. Like I'm not sure if you can tell how smooth that is, but it's smooth.
He's so happy.
We had to fight for that.
I still think he's so happy.
He's super happy.
Whoa, that platform.
That's the old platform. It still works too. We can actually hit it. No, I failed.
Oh well.
I did it last episode. Eric challenged me. He thought I couldn't make it, and I totally made it. So, ooh, that was fun. Whee! We're gonna have to do something with that fire stick at some point. Probably this episode. Make it actually damage you or make you freak out or something.
Can we have little blood cubes?
Just have it smash you just to little bits of blood everywhere?
Yeah, blood cubes.
I think we should catch them on fire and have them burn into a little pile. No, okay. Violence today.
How about fire
things,
and then blood cubes?
So
can we get 3D blood cubes?
Can we get 3D blood cubes? I think we can get 3D blood cubes. That's not a big investment. I think that's something we can.
After we
do.
have him catch on fire, of course.
We're not going to make him catch on fire. That's too much art. That's way too much art. Blood cubes. Cubes I can do.
Yeah.
I got a lot of cubes.
We can do fire cubes.
We can do all the cubes we want. Yeah, we can do fire cubes.
The possibilities are really endless.
So, what I mentioned that we're going to do on this episode, because people keep asking, because they want this guy to shoot, so we're going to make this guy shoot.
Oh, violence in video games?
Yeah.
We're perpetuating the problem.
Yes, we are.
We aren't really.
We absolutely are.
No, we aren't.
We are.
No.
We totally are.
It's not a problem.
You're right. So...
People are just afraid of new media. Get over it, people.
So, where are we going to have him shoot from? He'll just shoot out of his eyes.
His eyes,
eye lasers,
of course, yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, we both went to that
I know,
logical conclusion.
We're like, what orifice does he have? Well, he has two eyes and a mouth, and his mouth looks kind of like a smiley face, so that's hard, so eyes. Yeah, that was the whole process. Otherwise, we have to add something to him, or just pretend that he can manipulate things.
I like
eyes.
I like eye lasers.
All right, so we'll make it come kind of near his eyes, I think. So,
can we use lasers like we did in Star Fox?
Like have them be like lasers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably do something like that. You want to do some crazy eye lasers?
Like Samus from Super Metroid, rainbow laser style.
Well, the rainbow laser actually isn't like the one we did on the Star Fox episode.
Well, why don't we make one like that then?
Okay, that's easier actually. Let's
Even
do that.
Better.
I like that. Maybe it's easier. Actually, it has some of the same problems, doesn't it? Because we're talking about the hyper beam, right?
Yeah. It kind of jumps when you jump.
Yeah, while it's coming out, and then it stops when... Yeah, so it's exactly like our lasers.
Yes, which is awesome.
Okay, so it's not any easier. So first of all, let's do some organization here. We've got some animations and animation controllers. I'm just going to move these. What is cube? Whatever.
Whatever cube is.
Whatever cube is, we're keeping it.
It might be important.
Oh, wait, no, we want this in animation controllers. And then, wait, how did cube... Oh, there's another one already called cube in animation controllers. Of course there is. Moving platform 1, circle move platform, moving platform, block platform, move right. I don't think we're actually using this one anymore. I'm going to try deleting it. Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to call this the circle moving platform.
I could not tell you if you're using it or not because I was not here.
Well, actually, that was the one we were using before, but we stopped using it on the last episode because I think it was the one that was the moving platform for the old platform because it was a box. when we made
Yeah.
it. So, all right, so we got that, and we've got these animations. I'm going to throw into animations, and we've got this fireball. What is this? Oh, this is our creating our little individual fireballs. We don't actually have a folder for this, so I'm going to create a materials folder. Throw our fireball in there. And sprites test. What is test? I think that's something I just imported again to show something. Yeah, I'm just going to delete this. I don't think we need this at all. Alright. So, let's make... So, are we really going to make him do the... Okay, let's just start with a basic projectile, and then we'll get fancy with it. So, create C# script. We're going to call this, shoot. Oh, no, let's just attach it to the player character.
Yeah. For lasers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have it all
Yeah.
monolithic.
Yeah.
Because we were already doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Pattern. All right.
I need to stop saying that.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. We're done. We're not doing that anymore.
No, we won't.
Public, float, speed, string access name, jump button, jump power. All right. So we got jumps, we got ground checks, we got. So after our jump section here, I'm gonna do public
Monolithic
float,
code. It kind of looks like my code.
game object. It looks like a lot of people's code. This is actually what people are used to.
Monolithic
the
code
programmers.
is totally what I do.
All right, well, you should be comfortable. We usually on the
Super
Unity
comfortable.
thing we usually do the one component based stuff so we can just plug things together and stuff. But this one's actually kind of honestly when I make my own games they end up looking a little bit more like this. Like I start with the experimental components and then they end up in monolithic stuff as I have to cover all of the edge cases and all the other things I need to do.
Edge cases will make things monolithic.
Yeah. So public game object bullet. I'm going to call it a bullet even though it's going to be a laser. It's got to be a
Why can't we
laser.
call it laser?
All right, fine, laser. Laser.
With the Z or S. That's a laser.
That's how you spell laser.
I know.
No one spells it. That's copyrighted. You can't spell it that way.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, I think that's owned by Laser Sport. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it's just a laser.
It's just a laser?
It's totally a laser, yeah.
Yeah.
Never made for into a laser.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's both ways, I guess. I don't know.
All right, we can do it either way then.
Yeah. Cool. Sorry, that was just a little tangent.
I'm doing it with an S because that's the real freaking word. So,
Okay.
because it's an acronym, it shouldn't be spelled differently on things. Did you know it was an acronym?
No, I didn't.
Pretty sure it's an acronym. Yeah, we're done. We're spending too much time on laser.
Now I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, you look it up. Float, laser, speed equals 1.0 F. We're going to have to... Oh, I'll make it 10. I know that 1's too slow. Public float, laser speed, and then... Yeah, we'll just start with that. So... This is the moving platform logic. This is our left and right movement. This is our jump logic. So let's leave the moving platform logic at the end because I think it kind of needs to be there.
Oh, that's what it stands for.
What does it stand for?
Light amplification by simulated emission of radiation.
Exactly, that S.
Stimulated. Sorry, stimulated. Apparently I accidentally a T.
Yep. But you can see why that would piss me off about the Z. Yeah. Because the Z doesn't stand for stimulated. It stands for simulated.
Simulated.
Wow, putting the T in there is hard.
Yeah.
Stimulated.
Stimulated? Yeah, it's...
We don't really have a lot of ZTs in
I don't
this
think
language.
we have
We're not
any
like
of
Germans.
them, no.
Germans have ZTs all the time. As a matter of fact, their Z kind of already sounds like a T. Although I think it's usually TZ. I don't know. So we're going to put our shooting logic here. So if input dot get button down Gonna need a new variable here that I forgot about. Public string laser button equals, I'm gonna call it fire2 to default.
Okay.
Even though I think that's a bad default, but we'll see.
Well, we can always change things.
So fire2, so we'll use laser button down here. Get button down, laser button. We're going to actually, let's make the laser a, how are we going to make this thing move? 2D rigid body? Yeah.
2D rigid body.
Rigid body 2D laser as opposed to game object laser. And so we're going to rigid body 2D instance equals instantiate laser transform.position is what we'll do for right now. Position. And quaternion.identity as rigid body 2D. And then we're going to take our instance dot add force.
How much force are we gonna add?
We're going to add so we have a laser speed. Actually, this will be perfect. We'll do we're going to use one of the force modes here. I'm actually just going to directly reference it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it what direction should it be going?
Well, whichever direction the character is facing.
Yeah. So currently when the character is here, so he by default we want him to fire right? Like
Can we make the
animations
game...
are usually right, and then -1. So we'll base it on his scale. We can base it on his scale, whether he's facing left or facing right.
Can we make the some sound in the game where if he's facing right and you press right, it says right. If you press left, it says left.
Why would we do that?
And then if you press the laser button, it says shoot.
Why would we make it do that?
Because it could go left, right,
shoot, shoot, shoot. That is officially the most inside reference that you've ever done on this show. The complexity level to even begin explaining what he was just describing there is fantastic.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to
It's
laugh
okay.
so.
I will start to explain it as we fix this. So,
maybe you should.
there was a game called Space Channel 5 a long time ago. And
Michael Jackson was in
it has
that
Michael
game.
Jackson in it, and there's a lot of stuff that happens, and there's this like rhythm portion, and you have to like do little things and stuff. But specifically what he's referencing, there's no shooting in that game. Really. There's some other stuff. But there's another game which I can't, what is the name of that game? The one for you're talking about the PS2 one with the headset.
Oh yeah,
On Konami's game. What is it called?
Oh, that was
Look that up.
Like Lifeline or
Lifeline.
something like
That's
that.
totally what it is called. And Lifeline, you have to talk to this person to get them through, and you have to tell them what to shoot. And I ended up just doing this: left eye, right eye, shoot, shoot, shoot. Left eye, shoot, 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 shoot. Right eye, left eye, shoot, shoot, shoot.
It was totally called Lifeline.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
amazing.
Yeah, no, I told you were right. No, as soon as you said it, I knew you were right. So.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. I just couldn't
But yeah,
help it.
so yeah, that's hilarious. But we're not doing that. So,
Aw.
so this just takes. So what does this take? It just takes a force. Oh, there is no force mode in the 2D stuff. Interesting. I don't care. So add force. What we're gonna do is so we're gonna want to use our laser speed as part of the force, and we're gonna need a direction for it to go. So we'll figure out our direction first. Vector 3 direction if transform dot scale local scale is, I'm going to say greater than or equal to 0. Because remember, we changed the scale to reverse the sprite facing. That's how we're doing our reversal. So that's what we're using to check for sprite facing. So if it's greater than it, then we add direction equals vector 3, vector 2. Don't care. Vector 2 dot right. And we'll just do this at the end after we've done our if statements here. Then we'll just do else. Oh wait, we don't want local scale itself. We want local scale.x. And then else we just set direction equals vector 2 dot left. Oh, there's not one. So dot right, and then we just set a negative on it. Bam. And then so laser speed times direction, and that should be it. So we're going to start this with a little block to be our laser, and we set this up as a rigid body 2D. So we need to. So I'm going to just create a cube. We're going to call this. Oh wait, what is this cube? Oh, that's not cube. I'm going to call this a platform.
Yeah, it's better than cube.
Let's go back to our cube, and we're going to call this a laser, even though it's a lie. I spelled it with a Z for some reason. After complaining so much. So 0.1, 0.1, and 0.1. And we're going to get rid of the box collider. Remove. We're going to add a physics 2D box collider 2D. And we're going to add a physics 2D rigid body 2D. And then we're going to make sure that it doesn't have gravity. And no drag, that's good. So this should just theoretically work now. So I'm going to... So this thing's probably going to collide with the player in some way. Yeah. So let's make sure that it doesn't. So we're going to make a new layer called... I'm going to call it player bullets, even though it's a laser.
I have a suggestion. Can you not use vector 2.right times scale.x times speed?
We could, but then if we tweak the character size later, this is the reason why I did greater than or equal to 0 as opposed to equals to 1. Because it's possible we might tweak the scales at some point later, and we actually just want them to be whether it's facing left or facing right.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, honestly, we would set an enum that we check that, and that would be what we check versus checking the direction, because that's kind of non-intuitive way of doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should work fine as is. So. And that way we're not relying on it being 1 and then having strange results later when we rescale the guy to be bigger and then they shoot faster for some reason.
Oh, yeah, we could make him huge.
Yeah, well, we're not going to, but yeah, we could. Maybe we'll make him huge. Maybe we'll make him huge someday.
Can we have him say, "I'm getting huge"?
Yes, I guess we could.
That's amazing.
We are game developers. We are capable of doing anything. I'm going to create a prefab out of this laser. Delete it. I'm going to go to our laser here. I'm going to make sure that it's set to our layer of player bullets, and then we're going to go into
so we are the
settings,
game makers, and we are the dreamers
Physics
of
2D.
dreams.
Oh, good. Physics 2D has the same wonderful little interface, which I already knew that because we've edited it, obviously. So, player bullets should not collide with the player. That might be it. That might be all we need to do. And so now if we go to our player...
He looks so happy.
And we put in our laser. And we go to our project settings input, and we check to see just what Fire 1 actually maps to. So joystick button 1. Wow, they're both joystick button 1. Oh, that's because... Okay, I got it. So actually, I want this to be joystick button 0, but that's not the one that's important. The important one for right now is Fire 2, Left alt. I can work with that. What is fire 1 set to right now? Z. We'll make it X.
Okay, I like that better.
So, I'm going to hit play, so I can jump. Oh god, I can jump. I hit X, and I totally created a projectile.
Look at it go!
Look at it go. You can see it zoomed in right here. It's bullet time. This is how fast our little dude actually is. You see, that is a real bullet traveling at a tremendous velocity. And we're just so fast. And this fire thing, like a real person, a normal person, just sees this as a blur of fire. And the platforms are just go... And we just have this little projectile. It's almost
I like how happy he is
yes.
in front of it. It's like
looks like he's watching
ever.
it. Like, oh, look at
that!
this.
Yeah,
That's mine. I made that.
I made that. It came from my eyeballs.
Let's see if I can shoot left. Shoot left. Oh, there it goes. Let's shoot a few more of them. Oh, yeah. Now we got them colliding with each other. Now they're all doing little interesting things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They don't even look like cubes anymore because they're angling a little bit.
Apart from the 3-minute game, this is the most I've laughed on this show.
Really? Wow. I'm glad that you got such a kick out of that.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's make the laser speed 100.
It's okay. I laugh at my own jokes a lot of the time, so don't worry about that.
That's fine. There we go. That's close. Just getting wrecked by the
Things should not affect the lasers. Like that. That's pretty much the opposite of a laser, I think. Those are bullets, right? Not even proper bullets. They're
not even really coming out of either of his eyes. They're just kind of coming out of the center of his face there.
It looks like they're coming out of his nose.
Let's see if I can push this off the edge. Oh, I can! You missed it.
I want to see it.
Oh, no, back. Okay.
Oh, that is awesome.
All right, so the honest truth is, doing the laser as a rigid body is already, you can tell that this is a problem.
Yes.
Like there's almost no situation where a laser would ever act anything like a rigid body, even though we did use those on the.
Yeah, but that was a completely different situation.
Yeah, it was. So let's actually not do it this way. So the trick with this is player character. So right now we have it in a nice convenient place. We can set the laser speed here, and we apply the force here. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually change it so that we don't actually apply any forces. We just instantiate the thing. And then we'll give an AI to it to actually move it to the right.
Okay.
I
like that idea.
So what does direction do? So direction, so we are going to have to change a couple things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that even though this is a 2D game, I'm still going to use the Z as the laser's direction so that we can just have it go transform forward to go places.
Yeah.
And then we'll just change its orientation when we instantiate it here.
That seems right.
So what we're going to change here is we're going to get rid of the... So we still need the direction. We actually don't need the direction the way that we need it, though, so we'll see. So we're going to instantiate the laser... Okay, we don't need any of this. We're going to get rid of all this. We're going to get rid of this.
You may not need any of it.
We're going to get rid of this. All we're going to do is... oh, we do need some of it. We kind of need the direction. So we're going to get the direction. And then we're going to do quaternion direction quaternion equals direction equals quaternion dot look rotation direction. And so what this is going to do, there we go. So we're going to use that as the rotation. So what this will mean is the Z-axis on this object, because the look rotation assumes the z-axis rotation. Like that's what it's trying to make point at things. Works really good in 3D. Not as great in 2D, but it'll be fine. And then we're setting that direction so that it should be facing that way. And then on the laser itself, we will increment its position based on what direction it's facing. So now I'm going to do a little bit more work on our laser here. A little more graphics work. And I didn't want to put that in the moving platform. I just want to put it here. There we go. Okay. So we're going to make the laser a little bit longer because it's kind of appropriate, right? To start with, at least. And I'm actually going to go ahead and preemptively...
So there was a question real quick. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Is it possible for the bullet tab bullet drop? And I would say absolutely yes, it's
yeah,
possible.
Actually,
you just add some gravity,
the only thing you have to do here, if you want bullet drop, we already have it. Click your laser, go to gravity scale, make it 1. You'll probably want to make it less than that, but 1 will be 1 gravity. And we'll hit the projectile button, and there we go. I just fired them. You can see that they
are now building up on
the ground.
Yeah.
He's making little blocks. Actually, this is kind of a game. It's Sandcastle Maker, where you play as an avatar building a sandcastle out of blocks.
Ooh.
There, we just made a new game. And
Neato.
He's so happy with it.
Yeah, he's very, very pleased.
So as I said, you could, if you wanted just to have a very slight bullet drop, we could do like 0.01, and then theoretically our slow projectiles will... Why are they... Oh, I'm not applying the forces anymore. That's the reason they're just dropping down.
Yeah, that explains it.
That explains it. So they should have gone a little bit... They should have gone over to the right, but they didn't.
Just slightly.
So the gravity is all you need to change on that, and that'll make it work. And gravity scale, basically, this takes the gravity that's set into the project... Well, is it in the physics 2D? Yeah, it's in the physics. No, it's in the physics 2D. So the physics 2D gravity is set to -30. So if you set that to 1, it'll be -30. So -30 is a lot, actually. That's pretty strong gravity.
Yeah, negative 30.
Yeah, did we do that at some point?
-30.
We
Wouldn't that make you fly into the sky?
No, -30 means that you go downwards every frame.
Positive 30.
30 units per second per second. That's what it means. That's the force of gravity. So
heavy gravity.
Let's go back to the laser. Yeah, normally if we were to assume that 1 unit was 1 meter, which is what you generally want to assume, that would mean that it's 3 times Earth's gravity.
Wow.
So about, give or take a few decimal points. So we have our laser. I'm going to make it wider. I'm going to make the scale 1.5. And I'm going to go ahead and create a empty game object to make its parent. And I'm going to set its position to the laser's position. So copy this component, paste component values. I'm going to rename this to laser so that we're really confused for a moment.
Okay.
Then I'm going to rename this one to laser geometry. And we're going to throw this in here. The reason we're doing this is so that I can actually face the laser towards the Z. So that's actually into the scene. So if I was to click this 2D thing, so we're back into... Look, it's a 3D game all of a sudden. It's kind of exciting,
This is
actually.
madness. This is madness.
So we're going to rotate this along the Y-axis. Yeah. No. Oh, we've got scaling. It did it the opposite of what I wanted. So we want this to actually be scaled 1.5...
Whoa.
0.1 and 0.1, and then we want this to just be 111, because otherwise we will hate ourselves.
Yes, we will.
And so now I can rotate this thing, and it won't look retarded. And we'll just rotate this to -90. And so now, if we look at the laser, it's facing out its z-axis, which is what we want. And I'm also going to, at this time, go ahead and move this forward by its length divided by 2, so the Y, which is it? No. Okay, so it would be the Z. Yeah, of course it would be. So 0.75. And the reason we're doing that is so that the laser itself now has an origin point here. So even in the case that we don't handle the laser growing, it will not look like it's coming out of the middle of his head. It'll look like it's coming out the edge.
We need to handle.
We'll make it grow. We'll do it. Don't worry.
No, we
Don't
need
worry.
to.
No, we will.
It's necessity.
No, I know.
It's bare
We got this.
necessity.
I'm going to delete this prefab. I know I can't undo that, and then we're going to make this into the prefab now.
A simple bare necessity.
All
I can't
right.
say any more of that.
Yes. So gravity scale. Actually, what we want to do also is we want to. I'm going to bring this back into the scene. It's already in the scene. Okay, so I'm going to do some more work on this thing. We want to make sure that the box collider. Wait, that's not how we want the box. Oh. Wait. Doesn't matter. It'll work. It'll be fine. So the box collider is interesting in that it shows it going along this axis even though we're shooting into the scene, but we're not going to be shooting into the scene, so I guess that won't be a problem, hopefully.
Well, let's try it.
We'll find out. And what else are we doing? So we actually don't want a rigid body on this thing. We do still want a box collider. And so we've still got that. Why does it look like we don't have a box collider anymore? Whatever. I don't care.
We don't. What?
It's still there. It's just not rendering. I think maybe it needs. Maybe there's different rules for these where they need a rigid body and it needs to be kinematic.
Well, let's try it anyway.
Let's try it anyway. So then we're going to create some laser AI for this thing. So all we're going to do is create a new script, C# script. And I'm just going to call this move forward. Because this really is a generic script that we're making here. Yeah, save those changes, whatever. I don't care. Hopefully it'll work. So move forward, all we're going to do is public float speed. And we're going to default this to, let's make it 10.0f equals 10.0f.
So I have another question,
Okay.
but this is about bullets.
Alright.
If you do a raycast shooting, how would you do bullet drop? Probably just calculate a little bit of drop in your...
That's a good question, actually. The thing is, if you're doing raycast shooting, you aren't doing bullet drop. And if you're doing bullet drop with raycast shooting, it's not the way you think of raycast shooting. Like, you may use raycast from the bullet, but you're not going to use it from the original thing. The whole point of bullet drop is it happens after the fact, and the whole point of raycasting is it happens the moment you hit the trigger.
So this is basically the classic Call of Duty versus Battlefield.
Yes, and actually, you
Battlefield
can
probably
get
does
away
it
with
well,
it, and
yeah.
Battlefield probably just does this. You can get away with it by just calculating the amount of drop and then dropping the final point by that much, dropping the vector by that much, or even just having like an angle to the bullet, and you're done. But I don't think that's how they actually do it. Partially because I know they have to do a lot to do rollback properly in the game, because the game definitely has server side checks and things like that. So I would imagine they're not doing it that way. They're probably doing it in a semi-ballistics way. They're not doing it in a just use the physics system way, though, either. It's not like they're relying on that. It's probably some combination of tracking the bullet's position at a time, then doing raycasts from that bullet along its vector to determine if it's collided with something. Like, you get it's interesting how when you get into the nitty-gritty on a full-sized game, what actually goes behind the scenes.
Yeah,
So I could do some experimenting. We could probably figure out some of the rules and limitations of the bullet drop system. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about doing something later. And they might be doing something as simple as just doing an angled raycast, like I said, and actually they might be doing it that way because that saves them on the networking side, because then they just send the information to the server. The server can determine a hit point later in time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's a complex subject. It's surprising how much time we could actually spend on this stuff. I could probably do a lesson every day for a year on just one thing and not run out of stuff to deal with. Yeah. Like, there's an amazing amount of depth to game development,
and it's a lot of choice on how you want to implement that
it's true.
stuff. And
so this is going to be a simple script. It's just going to be transform dot position. It's going to be a one-liner. plus equals vector 3 dot forward. No, not vector 3 dot forward. That's the wrong one. We want transform dot forward. We want its forward. So transform dot forward times
Time dot delta
speed times time dot delta time. You had it. That's in there.
I do love time dot delta time.
And so all this does is it moves it forward by our speed per second. That's what time dot delta time means. It means per second when you multiply that in. If we didn't have that, it would be per frame. So if we got rid of this, it would be we're moving 10 units
fast
per frame, which is 60 times faster than what we think we're going to be moving. And this is 10 meters per second, which is considerably slower. So,
yes.
So
Let's try
move forward, and we just throw this on our laser. And in theory, I'm going to get rid of this laser that's in the scene. Actually, I'm going to apply it first, and then get rid of it, because we made some changes. And now, theoretically, oh wait, it's going to actually give me a null pointer exception, the unassigned reference exception, because we didn't actually reassign this to the player's thingy. So we need the laser. We're going to put laser here. And laser speed we're not using anymore, but... Oh, and it wants a rigid by 2D, so we actually need to change that. We're just going to change this to a game object.
More generic.
Now it'll actually let us drag that in, even though it does not have a...
Rigid
The reason
by
it
2D.
wouldn't let us before is because we needed a... Oh, whoops. Laser... Oh, we don't have to change anything else. That's all we had to change. Save. Wait for it to update. There we go. Game object. And we throw in our laser.
And we have some kind of error.
That was
the
from
null
before.
reference
Yeah.
exception.
So, shoot.
Pew.
We have a laser.
Pew. Pew pew pew.
Awesome.
Neato. Not at all nearly as rainbowy as it.
Well, let's fix that. Let's do that right now. C# script. Rainbow flashing.
Nice.
And so all we're going to do is... what's the easiest way? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do color, new color equals... actually, we can just do... renderer dot color renderer dot material dot color equals new color random dot range, and we're going to actually do 0 and 2, believe it or not. So I want this to be really bright laser.
Fantastic.
So, and then we'll just do that 3 times. And so, what I'm actually doing here, what it wants here is 3 floats. What it's getting here is 3 ints. It may actually complain about that. Let's see if it does. Console.
It doesn't seem angry.
Seems fine. So it just automatically converted. So what's happening here is random.range between when you're using ints, it takes the first element and then 1 minus the last element. And the reason it does it that way is so that you can just literally pass in. So the reason they have it set up this way is actually for exactly this case. If you were to select a random thing in a list, it would be random.range 0, comma, whatever dot length. And that would get you exactly what you want, because you don't actually want to go up to that number, you want to go up to 1 less than that number. And so in doing that, they just set it up that way, even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you try to use it in a more generic fashion. And the reason I'm doing it this way as opposed to doing 0.0 and 1.0, which would give us a random float between the two, that'll give us a random color, but there's no guarantee on how bright the color will be. This will be basically, there will either be a all red, it'll either be all on or all off. So the darkest it can get is black, which is okay to have that flash in there occasionally. And the brightest it can get is white. And it will either be black, red, green, blue, white, or one of the combinations of red, green, and blue. So cyan, magenta.
Yeah.
So if we hit save on this and we drag this onto our...
Did we save it?
I did earlier, actually. Onto our laser geometry and hit play and then hit Z. Or There we go.
Yeah, look at it go.
We've got crazy flashy lasers. And actually we can make them even better looking if we change the material to use, create a new material. Create material. We're going to call this Fulbright. And let's change this to, what is this called? Self-illuminating unlit. We'll do unlit. No, we can't do unlit. Self-illuminating diffuse. Sure. It's more than we need, but whatever. And we'll just drag this onto our laser geometry, and now these things will be even brighter when they go across the screen. There we go. Now they look like real crazy lasers.
They do look rather crazy. It does look like he's shooting them out of his nose.
Wouldn't you?
If I could.
There you go. We could actually make these things so they flicker the same color, but we'll not do that in this episode. And honestly, so we've got 5 minutes. We can get a little bit done.
Yeah,
we have more than 5 minutes. We have until
like
30.
20
Yeah,
minutes.
that's right. Wow, this is going fast. This is going good.
So let's add some
So-
enemies to shoot at. Maybe just blocks for right now.
Here,
or
let's
some...
just. We got an enemy on one of these sprite
Do
sheets.
we?
I think. Let's grab one of these sprites. Public domain sprites. Preview player enemies.
sad fish.
So should we make a big ass slime, or should we do a poker, or should we do like a fly?
Can we use the poker but make him sad by
Well,
default
there's
and
the
happy
sad.
when he gets shot?
Yeah, I mean that's something we can do.
He's like, "Oh, I'm so sad with life," and then like, "Yay, it's ending."
Well, he doesn't have a
Oh, he's
happy.
angry. He should always be sad until he's causing damage.
And then he gets angry.
Yeah.
All right, so we could do poker. I don't really like the
I don't
poker
really
though
like
either.
them either. Go up. The fish looks pretty angry.
Yeah, but we're not in water.
Because
We're not
he's
in a water level. I don't want to do a water level today.
It's a space fish.
You think space fish?
No, that's stupid.
Thanks, Phil. Glad we have you on the show. All right, let's do.
None of
let's
these
do the fly. I
look
like
great,
the fly.
though. It's true. None of them look great.
Or do we want to have an attack snail?
Um,
Yeah, let's see what the fly looks like.
I don't know.
They're all terrible. They're not terrible. I actually
No,
really.
they're fine.
I'm not
It's
criticizing your art. Thank you for making it for free.
No,
Whatever your name is.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It's just not appropriate for.
it
You're not
doesn't
feeling
seem
it.
right.
You're
I
not
don't-
feeling it.
It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, maybe an item would be a better enemy.
A cactus?
Cactus.
Can have buttons being the enemy. Just buttons all the time or have an enemies.
OpenGameArt.org.
I thought that said open game meat.
Game meat.
Yeah.
Game merit. Game merit.
Game
Yeah.
merit. Game
OpenGameMerit.org. Okay, so we're gonna to OpenGameMerit.org and
Or
enemy.
OGA.org.
Let's try just searching for enemy.
Maybe we can get something that's way out of place, like that big dragon thing.
Which big dragon thing?
The one that your mouse is over right now.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
This is what you want to use?
Yes. 100% yes.
CC0. Wait, CC by. Oh, well, that's fine. We'll put the thing in there.
No, I don't like it now.
Oh, you don't like it? You want it
No.
CC0?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Here, maybe we can focus it to just CC0. Search.
And this is how you get game art sometimes.
Sometimes this is how you get game art, yes.
That's
Zombie and
something
skeletons.
that's
Zombies
way
are always
out of
in.
place. Yeah, zombies are okay.
They kind of fit with the head size of the character.
Yeah, that's true. What about that thing? Upper right.
This thing?
Yeah,
It's static.
orc.
It just sits there.
That's unfortunate.
Sits there being an orc. You're too picky.
I know.
This cat might be a good choice.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, we're doing the cat.
I'm not even joking. I actually really like
All
that.
right, perfect.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
XCF. I don't know what an XCF is, but let's find out. So hopefully I have something that can open.
Well, there's a
7-zip.
PNGs too. The second one was PNGs.
Stuff expander. Yeah, I know, but I want to see if this one actually is a sprite sheet already. Open. Sure. Okay. Yeah, it's not anything that I know what the heck that is, so I'll grab the PNGs instead.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. All right, so we're gonna put this on the desktop. All right, so first off, I'm going to. This is such. I want a different set. Something that I don't have to do as much work.
We could just.
Because the background's not even alpha'd on that thing. Going back to the one that looked good. There was something that I thought was okay, like
Yeah,
the
the
zombie.
zombies. Yeah, they're right there. Zombie and skeleton. Yeah, let's do it.
Skeleton's on PNG. See, this one's already in one
PNG.
thing, and it might even already be transparent. Hopefully. Oh, it looks like it is. You can tell.
Yeah, this is
It's actually kind of nice. All right, so this will be less work now that we've spent 30 minutes on this. So I'm going to put this in our sprites. We're going to go multiple. I'm going to just go ahead and use. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to go ahead and use 70 for this, so it'll be at the same scale, pixel-wise.
Oh, is that what it was?
And we're going to set this to sprite editor and go slice, automatic, slice. There we go. Now we already have our sprites. So easy. And we'll do
cool.
this guy facing left or right or whatever. We'll have him facing right.
We
so
could
that
just
it's
have him face
consistent.
forward.
And just shoot him in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Why would we want him facing?
They're zombies. I don't know.
Just kind of sitting there, just looking forward.
Well,
for no
our
reason.
guy kind of sits there looking forward.
Well, but okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. All right. Well, if that's the case, then I'll just. Which one do you like the most? Or we'll have him animate.
We'll just have him do the 3 animations.
So I'm going to grab him, put him in here somewhere. This is just a fast way of doing a lot of setup. I'm going to call him a zombie. And then we're going to... wait, why does he have... Okay, this is looking at something else. He doesn't even have an animator. Good. He will soon. So what we're going to do with our zombie is we're going to do animation. I'm going to hit record. We're going to call this zombie idle. That's what I'm going to call it. Even though it's kind of more of a walking animation. Pretend this is the good old 2D days.
Yep, or there was just one animation.
Yeah. And let's...
is he way out there or something?
let's put him somewhere meaningful.
Well, they're doing this in the record right now.
I know, but we'll fix that.
Oh, he's tiny.
Okay, we'll change this scale 2 in a second here. Just hang on.
No, I'm hanging on.
Just hit record again.
I'm hanging on.
I'm going to redo this again because Phil was right. Phil's right so often. Just awful.
I feel the same way.
All right, so we have a little dude, and we're gonna now we're gonna animate him. So we're gonna add. Actually, I think we can just drag the sprite frames in here. So if we just drag,
God, which ones were they?
I think it's just the first 3. Yeah, I'll just grab all 3 of these, drag them into here, and then space them out a little bit. So, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it so that it's 1 second, and then we'll make the adjustment in the...
Where are they?
Why is it selected? Oh, they were all selected. Why are they all selected?
They're a package deal.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
What's going on? I'm scared. Curves? No, I don't want curves on this. Definitely.
I think we should just drag them in one at a time.
But...
I know.
Oh, it's because we're probably recording. Here, let's turn off
that's
the record.
probably true.
Okay, so now it'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
So there's 1 frame, and there's... Why are those connected? Oh, that's why. Maybe. Okay. 1 second, and the reason I'm doing this is because we're making up a best practice here. I'll probably say not to do later at some point. But basically, we're making it so that. Oh wait. So actually needs to be a little bit different than this. Because we need to pretend that the final frame is the first frame. So actually we don't need to pretend that at all. We actually want to drag the first frame in so that we can keep this pattern working properly. So we'll set this to the 1.0. This one's at 75 in there, and then this one's at
same thing.
Oh, 33%.
3366.
All right, so we have 60, 20, easy. All right, so on frame 20 and on frame 40, there we go, and it's all evenly spaced out. Yay! And so now, if we go to our zombie, we have an animator for him and zombie idles here, and we can set the speed. So we want him to. We'll just leave it at 1, and we'll see how it goes first. And let's make him bigger. So we're going to go to our pixels to units because he's not using the same scale as our other dude, even though we... Wait. That's not the same scale. 70. Let's see how that looks. Apply.
Engage.
Better. Still not good enough. We're going to switch this to 2D view so we can be sure. Yeah, let's make him considerably larger. So let's just double his size by having his pixels to units, 45.
Can we take off the bilinear filtering?
Yes, we can. Let's
Thank
do that.
you.
And let's make him not compressed either, because that's just horrible. And bilinear is even more horrible.
Oh, yeah.
There, now he looks
Get
like
some
a
pixels.
decent sprite. And let's make him a little bit bigger again.
Yeah, he needs to be bigger.
Make him 30. Apply. There we go. That's about our size.
Yeah, much
Set him
better
down.
without the
Gonna hit
bilinear
play.
filtering. Oh my goodness.
Okay, he evidently has another animation that we gave him too at some point.
No, I like it.
You like it? I'm getting rid of it.
No, I like it.
No, that's fine. We can add it again later or something.
Oh, he had a secondary and oh.
You like it? You would.
I know. I was just looking at this.
And we have a friend. Hey.
Hey, new best friend.
Hey, new best friend.
I'm so happy to see you. Aren't you happy to see me?
All right.
It's
So
like
now let's-
left, right, blah.
Now let's laser him. So he's going to need a collider of some kind.
Do we want him to move? He doesn't need to move.
Not yet.
Not right now.
Let's leave him. Leave him static for right now, and let's just make sure that we can shoot him. I just want to see what we're doing for our player character. So
now we have about 5
box
minutes
collider
left.
2D. Oh no! How did that happen? We spent all that time looking at sprites.
I know.
That's your fault, Phil. It's
How's
all
it
your
my
fault.
fault?
You know how it's your fault.
Why? Because space fish are dumb?
Yes, because space fish are dumb. That is exactly why. All right, let's just make this guy explode.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So I don't care how it works, as long as it works. I'm going to give
kind of
him a
collider
physics
did-
2D box collider 2D,
Okay.
and we're going to make it a trigger for right now, and then our actually, yeah. And we want to make sure our laser has some sort of collider on it. It does. Alright, so let's see if we can check this on the enemy here. I'm going to create a very quick enemy script. Enemy. This is overkill for what it actually is going to be, which is just blow up when it gets hit by a laser, or anything for that matter. And I'm just going to make it so void on
With two really
trigger
quick,
enter 2D. Is that what it is? Yeah.
two really quick, kind of
Sure.
unrelated things.
Sure thing.
Request for 3D cutscene animation tutorial.
Yeah, we need to do that sometime.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, we've avoided that mostly because of the fact that we aren't artists.
Yeah.
But
and then the other question is, how can I make a game with pixel textures like Minecraft, where there are only 16 by 16 block textures?
point filtering. That's all you need. Here,
Point
watch. Here, I'll show you.
That's.
Let me just resize this real quick. Pixelmator.
Oh, look at that. That's from the last show.
It is.
I remember that show. Oh, now all memory of it's gone.
Still on the show, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Image size. We'll make it, 8 by 8?
16.
16 is what they want? Okay, 16. There, now we have a terrible little tile texture. And if we save this and call it tile, and that's not what I wanted to save it as, export PNG next.
I do like
tile,
PNGs.
save.
That's a great file format.
So we've got this horrible little texture here that my OS has stopped responding.
No, we're good. We're good. We're still good. We're
I'm
still
putting
good.
it in there. Oh, monodevelop died.
Ignore.
All right. So I'm going to pretend this is a texture so that we don't have the confusion of the other stuff here. And we're going to just put it on a cube real quick. So we just throw this on our cube. And you see how awful it looks? It looks awful.
Yes, it
looks absolutely
terrible.
awful.
And that's because of
you set
bilinear
bilinear to point and hit apply, and it looks less awful.
Yeah, now it's actually.
And so
per
now
pixel.
if you look at the 3D view, you've got a Minecraft texture.
Yeah, like
You're
that's
done,
pretty
as opposed to-
right
yeah.
on for Minecraft texture. Wow, that's actually surprisingly good.
It's surprisingly good for what we did, but it's not a good texture.
No, it's
but
not.
But it is surprisingly good for what we just did, which was take a big old texture and make it really small. But yeah, it looks like a blurry mess if you turn bilinear on.
And
so,
trilinear would be.
even though
the
in this
thing.
particular case you can see more detail in the bilinear because of the fact that it was a large thing that we scaled down. But yeah, so that's going to be your most important thing to change. So don't make another Minecraft though. There's enough people making Minecrafts right now. Wait until someone releases a Minecraft engine and then use that.
Or just use the style of textures like that.
Well,
to
yeah,
do
no,
something
I'm
that's
not saying
Minecraft.
I'm not saying
yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that like the block game genre, there's a lot of people running into that, and I don't blame them.
No,
But I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna have a lot of competition. So
right now, yeah.
So we have this guy. We have monodevelop quit unexpectedly. So let's
it sure
open up
did.
enemy again.
It sure did.
And wait for monodevelop to take forever. All right, and we go to enemy on trigger enter 2D. I'm just going to do destroy game object just to start to see what happens here. I'm going to make sure that he's not colliding with anything just yet because we don't want him to die prematurely.
Yeah, let's just
We'll
hold him up in the air.
And then we'll just go, and it won't do anything because he doesn't have a script.
That does.
All right, so
hurt
we're going to
things.
throw enemy on the zombie. You hit play, and didn't do anything.
What was it supposed to do?
So let's try adding a physics 2D rigid body 2D.
I thought we already did that.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we just
yet.
added the box collider, huh?
And make it kinematic. Maybe that'll work. Nope. What about non-kinematic, but we don't have gravity? Does this work? That worked.
Interesting.
That's so disappointing. You know, I'm beginning to think that if you are making a game, I still want to explore the 2D physics stuff just because I want us to get to know it better, and it's probably faster for 2D stuff because it's not doing an extra dimension of calculations. But I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that its collision matrix doesn't work the same way is really, really disappointing. Because kinematic should totally give trigger messages.
Yeah.
And it would, if we did this exact same setup. As a matter of fact, I can show you. If we did the exact same setup, actually, I don't even think we would need a rigid body on it if we did this as a
No, we shouldn't.
box collider, like a 3D box collider. Let me just try it real quick just for the fun of it. So component, physics, box collider, and then we switched over on the laser here as well. Instead of box collider 2D, we remove component and we put physics, box collider. Actually, this will not work the first time because at least one of them needs to have a rigid body. But if either of them had a rigid body, even if the rigid body is non-kinematic, so if we kinematic, so if we go to our zombie here and we add a physics rigid body and we do is kinematic, it should actually get the trigger message. Oh, well, once it's a trigger. It's actually, yeah. So now we do, well, it's because I'm using the 2D version. Okay, so whatever. I'm not doing that experiment anymore. Who cares? I'm just going to undo out. Because we have to actually change the script name and all that stuff too, so that's annoying.
Yes.
How? I think I'm in an undo loop.
That's possible.
Move component. What did we have on here before? We had... Okay, so we need to have a rigid body on one or the other. That is so stupid. Well, we're probably going to need a rigid body 2D for him anyway when we actually make him into more of a character, so I'm not feeling too bad about doing that. And we'll put a box slider 2D. We'll make it a trigger. We'll hit play. We'll make sure that it still works. Oh, he did something horrible. No gravity.
Oh, yeah, you had gravity.
So he probably fell through the world real quick there.
What are we missing?
What did I mess up this time?
Is it our laser?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I messed up our laser really good. Yep, it needs to have a box collider 2D. Remove component. Physics 2D, box collider 2D. Remember, the 2D and 3D stuff are not compatible. And then we go... There we go. And I don't have time for blood cubes.
Oh.
I have time for blood cubes.
Everyone has time for blood cubes.
All right. So we're going to create a quick little blood cube here. We already have red, I think. No, we don't.
No, but we can make it real fast.
Create material red. We have red in the other project.
Yeah, we do.
And put this on a cube. Call this a blood cube. And we'll give it a remove component. We'll give it a box collider 2D. Rigid body 2D, physics 2D, box collider 2D, create a prefab, delete, go in here, public, public rigid body 2D, blood cube.
I like it.
And public float blood force.
Wow,
equals
this is
100.0 F.
Just got dark.
Yes, it did. And then we'll just public int blood amount equals 100.
Wow.
For int I equals 0. I is less than blood amount. I plus plus.
Iterating through the blood.
We are going to instantiate rigid body 2D equals instance equals instantiate blood cube transform dot transform. It's not the right one. Dot position. I must have an error somewhere in my code or something. Position and quaternion dot rotation would be, I don't know. Just who cares? Quaternion dot identity.
Who cares?
Instance dot add force. Random dot on unit sphere. Actually, we'll do vector 3 force. This is more than I thought it was going to take. Equals random on unit sphere. Force direction. And then force direction dot force direction dot z equals 0. Oh, let's just make it blow up in whatever direction. Who cares?
Yeah, any direction.
So we'll just do random on unit sphere times blood force. And
we'll just call it good right there. That should be it.
That should
we
be
just
it.
need a reference to the
Okay,
game
so I need
object.
to fix this. Oh yeah, as rigid body 2D. That's a typecast. And we go to our zombie, and we give it a blood cube.
Where's the script?
We didn't give him the script yet. Wait.
What?
How? Oh yeah, he does. There he is.
Okay, that
Blood
was
cube.
freaking me
Yeah,
out
it was
a little
freaking
bit.
me out. I know why. So blood cube, and we hit play, and we go.
Oh, that was
Okay, those cubes were a little too big, but we're keeping it. We're keeping it.
That was
That'll get to surprise me on the next episode.
amazing.
All right. You guys all know what happened. Just scale your blood cube down. Whatever. I'm gonna save scene, and we're gonna call that a wrap.
We have one last question.
Okay.
Where did you learn Unity scripting?
I typed things into
Yep.
the autocomplete,
Yep.
and I search. If I need to find out how to do something, I search for how to do it. Sometimes I search using technical terms. Sometimes I just search, how do I make blood cube happen, and just hope that something happens.
Yep.
So the key is my training actually comes from Digipin. I learned C++ up there and C, and the thing is I'd known some basic, and honestly even what I learned up there was stuff that I kind of already knew, I just hadn't practiced enough. And the thing is, scripting isn't as hard as people make it out to be, but good scripting is as hard as people make it out to be. If that makes any sense.
No, that makes absolute sense.
But you don't need good scripting to make a good product, as proven by every website on the internet.
Yes.
So,
No, I mean, honestly, like, if you want to get good at scripting, just start scripting and use the internet.
Yeah, no, practice. That's the most important
I made my
thing.
game based solely upon knowledge from people I know and the internet.
You're the best. You're the best example, because Phil had you had very little limited programming experience. Like, you knew some of the concepts. But even at Sony, you didn't learn any of this either. You learned it through learning Unity.
Yep.
And so it's just a matter of practice, and you'll get familiar with it. And the other thing is, like, if I had this show when you guys had this show, like, the part of my target audience is me in the past. That's actually who I target this for. Is that stupid, lazy person in the past that didn't start just making things.
I wish I would.
And if I had just started making things in the 90s, you'd already see you'd already know my name from products I had made. I'm pretty sure. But as it is, I feel like I'm getting into this later than I wanted to get into things, and getting good at it later than I wanted to. And the only thing that stopped me from getting into it earlier is not doing it earlier. That's the honest truth. So start doing it, and you'll eventually know all this stuff.
Yep.
So
on that note,
thank you for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please email pushypixels at pushypixels.com. It's pushypixels in both cases. There's no tricks here. You just need to know how to spell pushy and pixels.
And then it again.
And then again.
With an at in the
with
symbol.
with a .com somewhere.
And a .com.
And I'm not going to spell my name at Drakfire. It's horrible. It's Drakfyre. I lied. But yeah. I need a better name to do online. I have a Pushy Pixels account too. I just don't like that one for my Twitter for some reason.
Yeah, I don't like my other one for my Twitter either.
And you should buy Phil's game, Robot Alone. It's on iOS. It's awesome.
All right. And if you want to email me, you can. It's philip@protosoftworks.com. That's I'm not going to spell it out. And you can follow me on Twitter. I like to tweet. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. You never know. It's kind of a mixed bag, really. It's you can follow me at Magmalemur. That's the little @ sign, like in the emails, and then MAGMALEMUR. like lava, plus the animal with large eyes.
Yes.
And you should donate to Cooking with Unity. If you're on the Pushy Pixels page, it's in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, on the main page. Like if you go to cookingwithunity.com, you'll see it on the thing. And we have donation rewards. I don't have any of them here because I sent them out. And to answer Peter's question, or Peter's question,
if he's still watching,
if he's still watching,
he's not watching,
you should start seeing them soon. The tiles, the key changes you should have already had a long time ago, but the tiles I sent out like a couple weeks ago, and hopefully they're getting to people. So anyway, you guys have a good New Year. Enjoy the New Year.
Yeah, have a happy
New Year, and we'll catch you on Thursday in the New Year.
Safe and sane New Year's Eve / New Year's Day
for a real 2D Thursday on a Thursday as opposed to 2D Thursday on a Monday like we're doing today. So
yeah, but we had to make up.
Yeah. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Have a great one.
Have a good night.